While you're in the fear route, you should try to complete the rest of the quests here because they all give you really good augments at the end of it. And in addition to that, the experience is pretty good too. So you could get experience, you could get name mobs, and you could get those nice augments. So come in here and do that quest called the Strong Silk, and I've positioned myself at a really good point here. Where I am, you can see on the map, is pretty good because it is very close to the edge, number one, and number two, the thing is that it's close to this little hill here where there's some spiders. Now you're going to be looking for tainted and toxic orb weavers, and they are kind of like random spawns. They don't just spawn in the same place like the lizard men do, so it is a little bit harder. And one thing to keep in mind is even though these monsters are apprehensive to you, they are social. So you got to keep that in mind. Now over to the left there, you see these restless spirits. You don't want to go that far because you don't want to get jumped by them. And to the right is the thought breeder area where the quest is. So this is the area you want right here. Make sure your area is clear of jungle crawlers first, or make sure they're not there, and then pull these guys close to the edge of the wall here, because sometimes they have roamers and roamers will come in. And these guys are all about level 85 and lower. They do hit pretty hard like the lizard men do, but at least you're going to be able to get single pulls most of the time. If you're really careful, you'll get single pulls every time, and then that's all there is to it. So just you want to work on these guys and get the placeholders too. The placeholders could be jungle crawler, it could be corrupted orb weaver. There's different kind, but you just want these two guys right here. These are the ones that make the quest go. Now you need to get 8 of each one, and it's a lot, believe me, because they don't spawn that often. So this is a time-consuming quest compared to the lizard one. I really do prefer the lizard one because you can just get all of them really fast. But at the same time, this quest has a nice named monster that's going to come up later on. And in my case, I got him twice, and he does drop a nice item that you can use on your heroic. So very good to know that, and stick with it. Don't lose hope just because you're getting bored out of it, because that guy will spawn, and every time he drops an item that you can use. Also on these guys, they drop a lot of loot that you can sell for money back to the vendor, and some of these quite possibly you can sell them in barter depending on your server. This is on the test server, so as you know, there's no economy, so you can only sell things to the back to the vendor. So pick up those toxic orb weaver kind of silks, because you need 2 of them, but you're going to find that you're going to have probably like 12 or 20 of them by the time you get up there. So you can see we have 8 more tainted and so forth to go on. There are no other mobs here that you can hunt beside these, unfortunately, but I did find this area is the safest. And like I said, I never got in a situation where I got 2. Now up there, see that corrupt orb weaver guy? That is where the named mob spawns. So if you're going to clear these guys here, make sure to clear that top there, because that one spawn, that placeholder that you saw at the top of the hill, is where the named mob Malice, he's a giant spider, is going to spawn. And if you keep that thing clear, there's a greater chance of him spawning. When I first started this, I didn't clear it all the time, but that should be your priority. Clear the stuff around you and then clear that spawn. Clear the stuff around you, clear that spawn, and go for it, and you will get him. And nice stuff. He is level 87, so you have to be careful. If one of your characters is up to 86, it will make a big difference and help a whole lot. But if you're all 85 and you have a group, you can take him. I took him, I believe, with 2 85s here. It's an enchanter and a shadow knight, and wasn't too bad. Also, if you're like me and you have a shadow knight, use the withstand combat ability. Thanks to Planky for suggesting this. This really makes a huge difference. Things you learn every day. I mean, it's funny when I look at it. Like, before this, I was like, hey, they're really hitting me hard. But with this, it's like, no big deal, Nothing to sweat. And that will really help when you get the named spider coming up. So just keep whacking away at these. Clear all these guys out. Do not move too much more to your right. stay right here. And you saw where I was in the map because they will have those other guys there. And watch out for jungle crawler up there. If he gets too close, he will help this guy out. And that's the last thing you want. There we go. He's dead on time. But now his friend's dead. He just comes by and says, hello. He doesn't do anything to you. He just goes walking on by. But what I would do is if I saw him come by, I would go ahead and kill him just because you don't want this guy roaming around. And the worst thing that can happen is the name mob comes up and Mr. Jungle Crawler there comes up and helps him out. Then you're dead meat because you're going to see the guy, the name mob, he's a problem. That's the spawn point right there. That's the guy you want to take out. So clear everything out and pull this guy to the wall. This is the one you got to get. Now, as promised, at the top of the hill, we did kill the other corrupt orb weaver guy who was a placeholder. And guess who's here? It's Malice, level 87, and hits like a truck. Cannot be slowed, cannot be stunned. He's gone like a fabled mob. When you slow him, it only partially slows him. This is where we are now. We moved a little bit more to that side against the wall. As you can see, this is actually even slightly better spot. There's our mess that we made right there. Yep. This guy here, see, I tried to slow him, cannot be slowed. He operates like a fabled mob, and he hits just like a ton of bricks. And there we go. Bang. Make sure you get your buffs up and everything. Do whatever you can. I have one tanker with the enchanter. I have a J5, both are J5s, J5 healer. And you can see I'm popping withstand every time I move my toolbar because you're going to need it in this. He just, wow. You know, you can hardly slow him. All I could do with this guy is cripple him and partial slow and then put a dot on him. The good thing is he doesn't have a million hit points like some of the other names do. So that's the one good point here. You got a chance to actually get through this guy. If you get in trouble, try to hit your other combat abilities or disciplines, whatever you can do just to get through this guy. And there we go. As you can see, the healers I have, they're not really being taxed so much for mana and all that, but yeah, I mean, we can get a roamer coming in, but as you know, I've cleared off all the roamers, and just so I can take this bad boy down. And just go for him, just burn him to bits, get him down fast. And look at that, for some reason it's just draining my mana. I don't know if he did something to me, but it could be. I won't know till later, but how did I get so low on mana is what I want to know. Anyway, he's a tough cookie, but we're going to spank him real good any minute here. Any minute. Come on, die. And it really does help to have an enchanter because, you know, everything counts. Even if it's a partial slow, it's still worth it. Okay, come on, get under 10%. And let me spank it good. And I went with Scourge Skin on there. There. Alright, finishing blow or whatever happened. He just bit the dust. Now here we go. Let's take a look at his loot. This is what you get for all your hard work. And believe me, it is worth it. Okay, we get a diamond. Yay. Like that. And we got a bunch of other little goodies. We got an ornament there. Here's the item. And it is an augment. And this is one where it adds only 6 to your weapon. But hey, you know, you got to kill this guy anyway. He's got such a gigantic aggro radius. So anyway, it adds plus 6 to your weapon and plus 2 to backstab. Would be very nice for a rogue. But all we have today is Shadow Knight and Enchanter. So we'll take the extra 6 damage. This thing here is just a money item or trade skill, or it's a quest item, excuse me. So I'll have to look up what the quest is. And these are just whatever items. Maybe worth something. And here is ornament. So for those of you who collect ornaments, there you go. And there is more money items. And finally, the good item that we came for. 6 damage. Yep, there you go. Come on. And it is no drop, unfortunately. So anyway, that's the first item you get. And we will get him again. Now here's a quick look at what this AUG does to your weapon. We're going to put it in the weapon and get a boost out of it. So 115 damage, 121 damage, and backstab damage. I only wish we could, but we can't. But so that's it. You know, it ain't a big deal, but hey, take it. Everything counts. I mean, it really does. Now I do 121 damage with a delay of 35. Wow. Nice stuff. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do some more. Okay, and Malice just happened to be on the hill again. Like I said, you're going to get him a couple times. And this is what he gave next. He gave the girdle of fearsome torture. Now, this, unfortunately, is not an upgrade over the heroic item we have, unfortunately. It's very close, but ours is better. So it happens like this. But the thing is it is tradable. So if another character needs it or somebody else, you can give it to them. Here's a side-by-side comparison of what I got and what I have. And you take a look. Sure, they have a few more hit points and, you know, a little more mana and all that. But if you look at other stats, they're not quite as good. For example, the strength, the stamina, the charisma. I mean, some are a little better. But Elowin's expansive mind is an effect on the belt I have. But if you guys think that this new belt is better, by all means, let me know. But you know, expanding your mana pool by 550, maybe that's something it's better. Also, you know, the stats, maybe I'm not sure about how the stats stack up there. The new one is slightly better in some stats and slightly weaker in other. But for your experienced players that know, please let me know. And if it's not a big deal, you don't have to say anything. I'll just keep what I've got. But I always appreciate all the advice you guys give, because you have so much knowledge in this game, and even little things like this could make a difference. Should I take the 50 hit points or keep with Elowin's expansive mind? So now we're at that point where we finally got there, and we have to kill one more of these crazy spiders up there. And that is the guy up there. One more, and I believe we have even hit possibly level 86 in doing so. So that's a nice thing about it. The quest doesn't offer much experience, but you will rack up experience quite quickly, I believe. And he resists that. Look at my little pile there, my spider farm. There we go. One more. Finally. Took a while. Your whole family's dead down here. So after this, we're going to go back over and we're going to turn in the quest and get the reward. We're going to see what we get here. I'm really excited to see. I believe the piece is for, the augment is for an ear slot. And once again, it has good statistics on it. If you get a group here, you can actually, with more than two, you could actually make your way a little bit further into the interior of this area instead of staying so close to the wall. This will speed up the amount of spiders you can get. If you have a ranger or somebody that can track, it'll be even quicker. Problem is I don't have a ranger, and for me, I just wanted to find the safest area, and as boring as it was, it's a safe way. Nobody came any close to dying. But if you do go out there, you do have to watch out for lizard man patroller, crazy little spider walking by, the wolf, and all those things. Those things will be out there, and you know, you may get killed out there. But if you have a full group, I think you can take care of yourself and you can handle it. So here we go, and more of this orb weaver silk. We don't want the rest of the stuff. It's about time to run back in. So we're going to go, and we're first going to look, and we're going to go to the right. There we go. Return 2 silks. Kill all these guys and return 2 silks. But, you know, you have to do it. You need that AUG, you know. And if you're going to buy the one in the bazaar like I did, they don't cost a lot of money, but they're not as good as these. So you're going to level up here. You're going to get your AUGs in a very safe setting. Very, very safe. You see where I am on the map. That's a magic spot. Nothing comes there. And now we're just going to run along the wall. We're going to go all the way here. Easy, easy little run here. Nothing's going to come at you. Very, very safe. And we're going. Stay right. Watch out. There's on the left. There's that quest guy there that has all those thought breeders coming in. Stay away from that. Take your time. And you'll be there soon. And the book should be showing, the Plane of Knowledge book should be showing up any moment now. It's dark in this zone. Really, really, really dark. There you go. And we are back. See, no problem, no risk. Big reward. That's what you want. Big reward, no risk. And this is the one you return to. This lady here. And you're going to give her those 2 silks, and she's going to give you your wonderful prize. Your wonderful reward. So there we are. We just turned 86 over there. And there's our ton of silk, 12. I wish we could turn these into somebody for something else. I mean, can you imagine? You keep turning it in and got some experience. That would be so cool. Here we go. Bing. And this is it. You get the augment that fits that slot there, ear. And this time, thanks to advice from Planky, I'm going to take the dexterity one. And that will help weapon proc. And that is good advice, because before I thought, well, let's just take the agility one so I get more avoidance and maybe that'll help out. But he suggested take the dexterity, heroic dexterity, and I will this time. So you can do, obviously you can do this quest twice, and that way you can get both ears. You can do a panting lizard twice to get both ears, and who knows, I mean, you may just get another level. And if you want to know where the safe spot for the lizard camp is, you refer back to the video I had on a panting lizard. You know where the safe spot for this is. There are other safe areas. If anybody knows about it, wants to share it, that's fine. I would love that. I do know of a few places that are good, but I feel that this is by far your lowest risk for highest reward. And here we go. We're gonna take a look at this. What it does is 30 AC, 40 HP, heroic dexterity 3. Let's pop it in. There we go. We need one more of these. My only wish is we could just kill those spiders faster. If you have somebody that can pull these things while you stay back, even better. So there we go. Let's see. And the moment you've been waiting for is ding. And there you go. So look at that. Our AC is now 1814. Before, when we were 85, it was like 17 something. So this is a huge improvement, and we're getting more hit points. We're above 40,000 now. Everything counts. When I first got this character, it was about like 39 or 38 or something, with the same buffs. But very nice. And you can imagine if you get all the augs out here for all the slots. You know, imagine how much stronger your character is going to be. This is how you build the character. This is how you play the game nowadays. It's all about doing these quests and stuff, leveling and questing at the same time. Whereas in old days, a little bit more about just grinding the experience and doing farming. So the emphasis is totally different. Now I'd have to say it's a lot of fun doing this. A lot of fun. And rewards, it's nice to be handed a reward without having to camp it all the time. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy this quest, and maybe you find a better way to do it, a quicker way, and look forward to seeing some more, because I got more coming.